Hello, I'm Matt Koch. I'm co-owner and founder of Shawham Place along with my partner Teddy Custer. Live in Paris, Kentucky on the farm with my wife Kristen, 3 kids, Taylor, Jack, and Nate. Shawham Place came into existence in 2006. After I got out of the Marine Corps, I met with Teddy, knew I wanted to start my own business. Teddy was in the twilight of his career, and we got together, and that's how Shawham Place was formed. I grew up on Claiborne Farm, the greatest place in the world that a kid could grow up, working on the farm, doing all the chores that a farm kid would do, whether it was opening gates for the foreman and Billy Purcell and Jay Caswell as they drive through fields, or riding my bike down to the breeding shed on Saturday morning and cleaning up the breeding shed. And later, as I got bigger, throwing hay in the summertime and weed eating the 90 miles of fence line that they have out there. And that's worked the November sales. I think 3rd grade was the first time that I actually went up to Kingland and was showing mares at the sales, and it was just a great experience and a great way for any kid to grow up. It was a fantastic way to grow up. When I was 18, went to University of Kentucky, started my studies there, graduated from there with BS in agriculture and community leadership and development. Paid my way through college shoeing horses for Kirby Nelson, Steve Norman, Dale Page. Those guys put me to work, and got to be on a lot of great farms at Dina and Hillendale and Gainesway, and just getting out there and learning how to trim horses and learning about the foot, which is, in my opinion, the most important part of the horse. After college, joined the Marine Corps, something I always wanted to do. My father was a Marine, and I knew I wanted to be a Marine, and Dad said, no, you're gonna go to college first. I did, and went to OCS, became a 2nd lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Shortly, about 6 months after I was in, 9/11 happened. Went to Kosovo, went to Afghanistan, did 4.5 years of active duty. Absolutely loved my time. I was an intelligence officer in the Marine Corps, absolutely loved my time. And it also what really gave me the inspiration that I knew I wanted to be in business for myself and be my own boss, and came home and started Shawham Place. And we had 7 brood mares, boarded 7 brood mares back in 2005, and officially created the LLC in 2006, and just grown it from there. Now we breed between 80 and 90 mares each year. We're going to sell close to 80 horses at the sales this year, and just trying to grow it. And we break yearlings and quarantine mares and do whatever we can do to grow the business. Some of the biggest challenges facing our industry today is labor. As our world gets more and more urban, there's less and less, labor. Less kids are growing up on the farm, less of them, are, just being raised up in the industry, and the horsemanship's being lost a little bit, and labor is very important. And that's why we need representation in legislation to help us solve some of these problems, because with no labor, none of these farms are going to be able to move forward. And with all the labor problems comes problems that I'm facing right now as I grow a small business, with the insurance, on the farm, and trying to compete with the Toyota and the other factories right there. How do we get good people, good young people to stay interested in our business, that want to work and love the horses? And with that too, just, with everything, the government seems to want more and more from our business. So how do we keep, the purses high, and how do we make this a viable business venture for somebody to get into this business and stay interested and actually be able to come in here and support themselves or support a racing stable? Because if we don't have any of that, the whole business is going to fail. So that's why we need to stay very strong and be a group. United we stand, divided we fall, and that's very much true with our business right now. And as we get more and more pressure, we need to unite and set a common core and common goals that we can achieve as we move forward in the future. I think I can speak for the little guy, that little breeder that's only got 1 or 2 mares on their farm, and or they're breeding and they live in another state and they board a mare here. But they're important to our industry. We need them. A lot of the horses in this central Kentucky area are owned by people outside the state, and they need a voice. They're investing money into central Kentucky, and they need to have a voice that's here that allows them to stay in the business. Because if we lose them, we'll lose our business. We'll lose the jobs. It's an exciting time in our industry right now. About 80% of the horses that we breed in Kentucky are sent outside the state, and that's why we need a voice like the KTA that's strong enough to be heard around the racing world that's going to promote our industry and raise Kentucky breds to the highest level possible. And whether you have one mare and breed one horse, or you're the largest farm in Kentucky, the KTA is our voice. And failure is not an option. Like me, like everybody else that's in this business, raising our kids, we're raising them into this business, and it has to be successful. I don't have room to fail, and that's why I want to be a stakeholder in this game, and I want to be driving the train. I don't want to be on the back of the train somewhere wondering where we're going. I want to be up there driving the train, controlling our future and our destination to help focus where we're going to go and where we're going to be in 20 years. I want my kids to have the choice of whether or not they're going to be on a farm and live that lifestyle. I don't want it to just be gone and them have to move on to something else. I appreciate this opportunity. I've been on the Kentucky Breeders Incentive Fund board for several years now. I absolutely love everything that board and what that's done, and I know the KTA was a vital part of creating that organization, and I absolutely look forward to being part of an even bigger organization now, and will do everything I can to serve this organization to the best of my ability.